Today's episode, I want to break down one of the easiest ways that you can set up consistent passive sales from your Instagram today. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the She Got Lucky podcast. Today's episode is one of those fast, fiery episodes where I'm literally breaking down something that you can go and apply today and start seeing more sales. How good does that sound? It sounds pretty good. So today's episode, as I said, I want to break down one of the easiest ways that you can set up consistent passive sales from your Instagram today. And it really is one of the most overlooked features because I see people using it, but not using it well. It's using it just to use it. Classic. Okay. But look, let's just dive right into it. As I said, it's a short episode, so I won't beat around the bush. I'm going to go straight on in, and that is looking today at your pinned posts on Instagram. You get 3 posts that you can pin to your profile. So that way, when someone lands on your profile, this is the first thing that they see. And the reason why it's so important is going to make such a big difference is because think about it. Every piece of content you put out there to build your reach, to be seen, to be found, to be discovered, the first thing people do, okay, is they click on your profile. They want to know more. And so what will happen is they will either 1, click on your profile, or 2, they will convert directly from whatever content they found you through, okay? But a lot of the time, people will come onto your profile because they want to know more, want to see more. And if they haven't converted directly off that piece of content they've discovered you from, we want to make that next stop absolutely inevitable. We want to make it a guarantee. And the way you're going to do that, not with your bio, okay? Not with the link in bio or the links page, right? These things are minor. The first easiest thing that you can do is pin 3 posts that are actually going to ensure that that person doesn't leave without converting into one of your offers or converting into that next step that you desire. So the way I break this down, and if you are inside the pinned reels system, then you will be already all over this, okay? I've actually got a code in the show notes below. You can jump on into the pinned reel system today and you'll be able to start applying this instantly with the specific reels and the scripts that I've got inside for you, okay? But this is so easy because the way I started to build this out was I've got a lot of clients who use pinned posts, and I mean, I've been using them for a long time as well. This is your opportunity to start using binge and buy content. This is the content that people find you. It builds that lean and energy, and then there's nothing else that they want to do except then buy. They binge and buy. And these are posts that are going to be evergreen. These are posts that are going to be, in a sense, timeless. Now, if you're in a launch, you can absolutely change these. And if I'm in a launch, or if I'm dropping a new offer or a new program, or I've got a special promo or something going on, you'll probably find that I've done this. I've adjusted my pinned reels for whatever the focus is at that point. But at any other point, I will be focusing in on this. I'll be breaking it down to be at least 1 post is going to be my authority. Why me? Build that connection with me as their coach, because that is so important. Okay. If you're a product-based business, well, your product's going to be the showcase. But if you are the product, you as the coach, you are the one, we need to have that connecting piece. And one of the things that I've found so frequently when going onto clients' profiles is they've got one of those posts. Just need to take a moment to really, literally, that is the impact. It's like pepper up my nose. I cannot stand it. Okay. When I go onto a profile, and one of the pinned posts is a reel with about 500 words. It is a full paragraph with you in the background doing something, and it's your life story written on the reel. We're going to get into this in a moment, all right? But if this is you, then I'm speaking to you, and we need to work this. This is episode, and this, the system, this is for you. So yes, you might have a pin post that's about you, about your authority, about your story, blah, blah, blah. Sharing your story isn't enough, though. It needs to be moving that person who's just found you, who's just jumped onto your profile. It needs to be moving them closer to taking that next step. And you just sharing a story about, 5 years ago, I was in a corporate job and now I'm here. I lost everything, COVID. That might build a connection, but that won't build that conviction. It won't build that guaranteed next step. I can build a connection with you but not want to buy from you. And this is the big difference here. We're sharing a story. We're sharing about us. We're building this about us so they can build that connection, but in a way that makes us the absolute no-brainer, okay? So we have a post that is about us, okay? It's about us, but it's also not really about us. And this is where people get it wrong. You're sharing your story, but it's not just to share your life story, share the ups and downs. That's not what it is about. It's not about comment and introduce yourself below. This is going to want to get them into your world. The other two posts, and I really, really recommend using reels, not just posts. A photo only says so much. A photo and a caption only says so much. When you could literally have 1,000 photos, because that's what video is moving photos, moving pictures, right? You could have 1,000 photos into a video, then you've got the caption, and it's so much more powerful than just one photo, okay? So you could have videos, clips, and doing more than just a photo of yourself and then your story below. If you just have a graphic for your key offer, it's only going to do so much. It doesn't build any sort of emotional connection, emotional sort of drive to actually lean into this offer. So this is where I really want to amp up your profile. So we have a post, a reel about you, but your authority, why I need to be in your world, why you're the leader, why you're the one. We've got a post about the key signature offer. And for some of you, and this is why as well, I really recommend, if you're inside Queen of the Screen, you actually get access to Pinreel system, you get access to all the key programs waiting inside the portal, and you get that support so we can customize it. Because for someone coming in, they may have a really set up funnel in their business in a sense. So they start on a low ticket offer, and then it is like their conversion rate into that next level is so high. So I would be saying, right, like let's build that in. Let's have one of these reels, one of these posts into that first step, because you've got the flow on, you've got everything set up. It's so strong. This is such an easy way for someone to enter your world. And you're going to have a much higher conversion rate at that level rather than jumping straight to your higher level program. Potentially, okay? Potentially. So you can see where there might be nuances with this. So we're going to have your offer. Okay. And then definitely the third post, this is where we can get a little bit creative. Okay. For some, it might be to another platform, a podcast. If you are super dominant and super like you get your best conversions, you get your best results, you put your best stuff onto TikTok, get them across. Yes, I said it. Sorry, Instagram. Love you, Instagram. But right. So we could be getting them across there. We could be getting them across to your podcast. We could be using this for a freebie, a low ticket. But it is really about, unless your current pinned posts are converting consistently for you, they're not doing the job, and we need to work on our pinned posts using the Pinreel system. And the Pinreel system, it's literally like any funnel, really. Okay, we take into account someone finds us, someone lands on our profile, and it's how we then get them down the funnel, down the line, and actually converting into your offers. That's how the system works. So we structure our reels in a particular way that does that. And it's super important, right? Because the difference between a reel that uses a system and a reel that doesn't. I went onto someone's profile the other day and I was looking at their pin posts. I was doing an audit for them, or a sort of, a reset, a roast, if you will. And I looked at what they had, and one of their posts was just a regular, just a something. And, like, it was sharing value, but it was not positioned in a way that made that next step a no-brainer. And this is why, right? So your pin posts need to have that flow. It needs to be taking into account that what we're really creating these for is for a fairly cold audience, fairly someone very new to your profile. If they're not new, great, but we are keeping in mind what our pin post primary purpose is going to be doing. They come onto your profile, they see this post, great. So every way that we create this reel is like bringing them through that journey. Even on the reels that don't have the story, like about you, your authority, your journey, why you, right? Even the other ones, it still brings them on that journey. And that journey does not mean put a bunch of text on the reel and use the caption or rely on the caption to convert them. If there are any 3 posts that I want you to actually, really put a little bit more consideration into, really be very intentional, these are the 3. And it's one of the reasons why I'm so excited, because binge and buy content is how I built multiple brands. It is how I've built such insane results. It's how I've been able to build launches and consistent income, consistent sales coming through. Ever since I started using Reels, it's how I've been able to book out services. Binge and buy content. It gets people onto your page and then they don't want to leave until they're buying. That is binge and buy content. And this is your taste tester. This is the beginning. It is so easy. It's 3 posts you can be creating today, post over the next few days. Really the final part, and I know I haven't gone completely through the Pinreel system, and if you want that, that's waiting for you inside the Pinreel system. But the final step of the system is actually setting these up so they are able to automate those sales. Because that's the next part. Once someone has found your profile, they've come onto your pinned post, one of these pinned reels, and they are so hot, they're ready. They're like, yes, okay. If you don't have that automation ready, you're not going to be able to get that instant conversion. And the time you come online and the time you send them the link, the time you send them a message, okay, chances are they've already lost that real fire in them to take that next step. So that is one of the final parts of the system, is that instant conversion, that instant next step given to them through automation. So that is a super, super important part of it. And the best part about this is when I say this is one of the easiest things you can do to ramp up your passive sales, I mean it. It is so easy to change this. And if you're creating new posts, great. Or if you've got some things there that, your posts, your reels that are already there that are good, we're refining them. And literally my clients who have just made a few tweaks to what they've got pinned have been able to see the difference so quickly, instantly that day, instantly that week, instantly that weekend. They were able to be then sitting back and seeing the results coming through. Okay, they go onto their Instagram, and this is the really cool part, is when you're on Instagram and you go into your notifications and you can see someone has liked or commented on a few of your reels, and then you see that same person has just joined your program. Binge and buy content. This is your pin post working for you. Inquiries up, clicks up, conversions up, sales, income, students. This is the flow on effect, and it starts today with the 3 posts that you decide to pin. Let them please be the most powerful and hardworking for you. Let them be video. And we know, yes, you could pin a live replay, but that requires a long attention span. And someone who has just come onto your profile won't be giving you that. So if you want to go quickly right now and have a quick little look at your pinned posts and think, okay, do I need to be using the system? Do I need to be in the pinned reels system? Okay, then this is how to refine your pin post, how to figure this out. I want you to go and I want you to pretend to be someone brand new to your profile. Okay, you click on your profile, you go to those pin posts. What do the covers look like? Do they actually entice you in? And then what are they about? What are they driving you to? Do they take too long to get you to that next step? Do you, as the, pretending to be that brand new person, do you get bored and move on before you've even got to that? Do you have to go through the caption? These are some of the questions you can be asking yourself, and understand straight away that If you were to change this today, you would be able to see such a fast turnaround of a different result. Right now, 90% of you are not using your pinned posts. You're not actually using them. They're there, they're pinned, but they're not actually working for you. And this is a really simple shift that you get to do to change this. So this is your action from today. There's been all sorts of golden little nuggets, spread out in this episode. I would love to hear which is landing with you. What are you going to go and do now? Here are your steps. 1, go and give yourself a little bit of a roast. Pretend that you are that dream client coming onto your profile for the first time. What do you see? What is missing? What would you would you give your content that is there long enough to actually understand how to go next? Can't tell you the amount of people I give this sort of look. And I'm like, right, I'll be honest, I'm not giving you long. Because as that brand new person coming to your profile, I don't necessarily have that attention and energy and time that I'm going to give you, so that if you're taking so long, if I have to read a long caption to want to take that next step, I'm not going to get there. So really give it that sort of play the character. See how you're feeling about your post. What is missing? What needs to be done differently? If your 3 posts are not at least 2 of them videos, reels, we need to change this. Absolutely. So have a look what's there. And if you want to jump on into the pinned reels system, it is so easy. Literally, we break down the system inside, and then I break down the 3 reels that you're creating, and underneath you'll find the scripts. Underneath you'll find examples for various different niches, so you can see how I've broken this down. It's there, it's easy, and it's waiting for you inside. So whatever your next step is today, allow it to be something that is going to allow your pinned post, the most underutilized feature, to actually start working for you. Because when it does, you don't actually have to be posting as much. And you can, if you want to post more value-led content, you can. Because it then gets them onto your profile, okay? Your stories and your pinned posts are going to be then the no-brainers that get them into that next step. I'm not saying that's necessarily the way you should be doing it, but if that's what you're doing, this is the setup. If I was starting a brand new account today, these are the first 3 posts that I would be doing. Your content is the shop front, but what happens when they get inside? If your inside of your shop is an absolute mess, if it makes no sense, if things aren't looking good, if things aren't buyer ready, then they're going to walk straight out. And that is what's happening right now. So let's refine your pin posts so they can start working for you, making sales for you, passive sales 24/7. Let's freaking go. That's it for today's episode. I'll catch you next time.